Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to put your drawing into a layout. So first of all, what you're going to need to do is go over to Moodle, to the Moodle page, and find how to lay out plans in CAD, and you need to click on this blank template there. It will open up down here, and then you can open it up in CAD. Now, this is only for the CAD layouts. I will also do another video for the Revit layouts. So click on this and it will open up, and it just says, you know, blank. Yours probably says just blank template period with no warning on it, and that's okay. But the reason that I'm sending you this is I've already set up the layout on it. So in this layout here, this is your border. So you'll need to go in here and change this for you. Notice that if I highlight any portion of it, the whole thing lights up. Well, that's because it is a block, and you can actually see it right here. That's the block right there, layout. So just ignore that for right now. We'll come back to that in a second. What you want to do to start customizing this for yourself is highlight it and hit explode. By the way, if you hear some noises in the background, I apologize. My daughter has decided to open up the pressure washer and clean the front porch. So whenever she wants to work, I'm going to let her. All right. So now when we click on this, then you can see that these are all independent now. So let's start down here with the copyright. Go in here and click on this little section here and change it to your company name. And then you'll also need to go right here and change it here as well. All right, in this particular case, you'll notice that it's too long. So you're going to have to pull this out just a little bit and reconnect that. And then you can highlight all of this and move it to have it centered. It looks more professional that way. Okay, with this done, let's go up here, and if you wish, you can put a logo in here if you have one already designed, which I hope you have. By all means, go ahead and put it in there, and then we'll just delete this, and I will go through the motions on how to put that in your picture, that is. So insert, attach. Find where your picture is. In my case, it's under Hurleyco trees. There's my logo. So I'm going to insert this in, and just like so, I'm just going to insert it. Now, a couple of things that I need to do is I need to highlight it. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to rotate and make it 90 degrees. I'm going to highlight, and I'm going to move it, and I'm going to put it right over here. Now, I need to scale this. I needed to make it this big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight it again, right click, and I'm going to hit scale. Now it's asking me for the base point. So I'm going to give it the base point here. And now it's asking me, well, do you want to copy it? Do you want to reference it? Do you want to give it a scale factor? What I want to do is reference it. So I'm going to click on reference, and then I'm going to go back to the very same spot that I had, because I'm going to have to click on it twice now. The very first spot is the base spot. This is where it's not going to move, okay? And then it's asking me down here for the second point. So I'm going to grab on the second point. Then I can just pull up and drop it at that place. Now there, my picture is already there. Okay, now, obviously your email is not email here dot I don't know. So what we want to do is change this to your email. And I use my personal email when I'm doing drawings and stuff. I don't use my my school email. Okay, so once all that's done, just click outside of the box and it will rotate it back into place. I also need to go in here and I want to change the street name. I want to change the city, and this is where your business is. And your cell phone number so that clients can get up with you if needed. All right, so that takes care of your logo space here. What I want you to do next is I want you to come down here into this section here, and I'm kind of left a little bit of space to where you can play with what you want to put in here. So come up here to this little thing here, and if you'll click on the down button, you'll see multi-line text and single line text. What we want to do is go into single line text, and it's just asking for the start point, or we could do the justify, which justify, I'm just going to go center, and so I'm going to here starts the center of the text, and now it's asking me for the rotation or angle rotation. So I want it to go in this direction because it's going to go here, reading right through here. So I'm just going to go up like this and click again. Now notice that it's huge. That's okay. We'll get back to that in a second. What you want to do is tell the client, what is this? So is this a new design? Is this a custom design? Is this a new home? Is this an alternative home? You name whatever you want to put in here, but just give it something. So here I'm going to say, and I'm going to do it all caps, a new, garage, not house in this case, garage for, and end it with a colon. Okay, so you click away from it and then hit enter, because if you don't, it'll give you another line. You don't really want another line. Again, you see that it's huge, so we need to come over here and change this to about 1/8 of an inch. Whoops, there, 1/8 of an inch. So now we can come in here and take a look at it, and we can move it right over here and drop it somewhere center. If you want to get specific, you can hit a line, you go to your line, and make sure that your midpoint is turned on here, and then you're able to just go in there and put this like that, so you have a line to kind of gauge that by, and you'll notice that it may be just a little bit off. In that case, my case, it was. So I can bring that back and put it in the center. I'm going to go back to text, and this time I'm going to, it's asking me for the center point of the text. So it uses the same justification that I had before, and anytime you see this in parentheses here, that means that is default. So I could have it anywhere, and I could hit enter, and then it is going to go the same way that the last time was. Now here we need to give it a name. So I'm going to give it a name. Let's see, who am I going to give it to? Fred. Sorry. Let's take that off and do not capitalized, not all capitalized, but just the first letter, F-R-E-D, Fred Avery. Okay, so now click off of it and then hit enter. You'll see that it comes into place. And then I need to find out what's going to be the best size for this one. And I'm going to start with 1 inch. And 1 inch is going to be still too big. So I'm going to have to go back up here and say 0.75 inches, which is 3/4. Nope, still not good. Or how about a 1/2 inch? 1/2 inch, let's go even 5/8. So we can make it a little bit bigger. There we go. All right, so there is the way that should look. All right. And then the last line, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab this one and I'm going to copy it, because I've already got everything set there, and I'm going to pull it down here, and I'm going to tell where this job is going to be built. So I'm just going to double click on that, and it highlights it all up, and it's going to be in oh, let's give it a name, Lake View Development and we'll say that that's in Nebo, North Carolina. And of course I can't spell development no matter how I try. Okay, so now we have that there and it's already in place. I don't know why this one is not wanting to change it to black and white, but we can change that right there and make it black and white. So that's the way that should look. If you want to change these notes, by all means, knock yourself out. I don't really care. And then we go down here. So drawn by, who's drawing this? Well, Eric Hurley's drawing this. So I'm going to make this all caps, EAH. Today's date is 3/30/20. It is page, what? We'll make it page 1 of, I don't know, we'll just leave it at 6 for right now. The scale is 1/4 of an inch. I want you to try to keep that at 1/4 of an inch for what we're going to be doing and hit OK. Now, we have all of this changed over to what you want. This is your layout now. So what I want you to do is I want you to highlight it all. Okay, just like that. Highlight every bit of it. And I want you to come right up here to create in the block, hit create, and because you've already grabbed all these lines, you'll see that all of those lines are in there. And I want you to give it a name. Give it a name, layout. Now you need to pick a base point, so click on pick point, and I usually go with the point down here at the bottom, and then it'll come back up, and when you hit OK, it's going to ask you, the block definition has changed, do you want to redefine it? Yes you do, because there was already a block called layout, and that was the original one that I had sent you there. So go ahead and redefine that. And now you'll find out that this is all one unit now. And that's the way it should be. That's really good. So at this time, let's see, what do you want to do? At this time, let's go ahead and save as. So save as, and I'm just going to call mine Avery Garage, because this is the Fred Avery Garage. You could save it. Actually, first of all, let's save it as blank template, blank layout. Let's go blank layout. Blank layout. Okay, so that way we have it. It's already there. We'll have to go back in and change. When we go to the next job, we'll go in and have to change Fred Avery's name off of there. But then hit it again, save as, and I'm going to call it Avery Garage, because that's what I'm going to be showing you guys on this particular one. So name it whatever you have. You might name it as whatever kind of house that you have. Now, at this point, you're down here and you're trying to go to model, and you can't. You can go to model here, but there's nothing in there. So we need to figure out how to put in a viewport here. So if you go right up here to layout, click on that, and then you'll see rectangular. Okay, so viewport's rectangular. If you pull that down, it gives you a couple of different other things. We could do actually, let's do polygon, because that's probably going to be better for you. So what you want to do is click on polygonal and click on the inside line. Start up there at the top, go right on over, click on this line here, or that corner. Click on this corner, and then click here. Click on this corner, this corner, this corner, and then this corner. Because what that's going to do is, and you'll need to close it. And so now what that is when we go to put in stuff, you'll notice that it is all one, and then I'm not going to have anything showing up from behind. Okay, so at this point, what I want to do is I'm going to go over to my garage. You go over to your plan that you've been working on, and just highlight everything. Just highlight all the stuff that you've got there. and then click on Avery Garage. Go down here to the bottom left and click on Model. And then, no, sorry, I did something wrong. Go to Garage. What I've done was I hit Copies Selection, I think. What you need to do is hit the clipboard. Go to Clipboard and hit Copy. And then go over to the Avery Garage, go to Clipboard again, and hit Paste. And you'll see that it pops in there. The only way to get items from one file to the other is to use that clipboard paste and copy rather than the paste and copy that is down here for this. All of this stuff stays within this file. Okay, so now we've got something in there. So let's go back over to our layout, and you'll see that I've got something showing up there, but I can't move it. Can't put it in place. Let's go down here to where it says Paper and click on that, and that sends you over to the model. And by being in the model, now you can maneuver this stuff a little bit. Now, what I want is look down here at this scale down here. I want you to adjust it to a 1/4 inch scale. Now, it's flew all over the place, and I can't get everything on there. So this is going to be a problem here, but I'm going to show you how we can fix that. Now, if you roll on this, you just lost your 1/4 inch scale. You'll have to go back down here, click on 1/4 inch scale, and kind of put it where you want to. We know that this is going to be off, but what I want you to do is I want you to hit the lock here. Now, if I've locked it, see, if I roll now, I'm not losing my 1/4 inch scale, but I still can't see this. So what I want to do is I want to go back over to the model space, and I'm going to grab these upper ones, and I'm going to squeeze them down fairly close to the bottom. And sometimes you may only get 2 elevations to a piece of paper, and that's fine. If you do, you can go down here to the layout, right click on that, rename it, and I'm going to call this elevation. And if you wanted to add another one, you can add one right there. So go to layout. Notice that our well, no, I take that back. Don't do that. Let's go and let's cancel that. Let's delete that. Bam, delete that. Yes, I want to delete it because it did not open in the right paper. So I'm going to go here, right click on it, and I'm going to put new layout, and that's still going to do me the same thing. Yes, it is. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to change the paper size. So if I go here and right click and I bring up Page Setup Manager and I go to elevation, I can set current. Let's see what that's going to do. Close that. All right. So now I can readjust this. All right. I'm still in paper. So I'm going to go up here to the block. I'm going to insert my layout. Put it in here. And then I can either use this one again, or I can go back to that polygonal and do it from there. So I just have to reset these, but now I just have to pay attention because now, this is going to be, let me watch this. If I go over to the model and I move this, see, it goes down in there. So if I didn't want that to happen, then I could go back and you highlight that, hit delete, and then go back to your layout, polygonal, and whoop, I deleted the wrong thing, didn't I? I didn't want to delete that, and I might have to move that so that I can get to my other one. There we go. So I want to delete the viewport. So delete the viewport, and then I can put this back where it was. Make sure that it is inside the dotted line here. And then I'm going to go to polygon and go all the way around, just like I did before. And close. All right. You'll see that it's there. Now, I'm going to go back over to elevation, and I have this where I need to be except for that one little place right there, which I can go back over to model, and I can move it onto the drawing, and that will be perfectly fine. Just like so. Okay, let's go back and check it out. Looks good. Everything is good on it. Okay, now I'm going to go back to this layout, and I'm going to right click on it, and I'm going to rename it to plan. Okay, open it up. Now you'll notice that I've still got number 1 here. Let's go ahead and go to our model space and get the plan the way we want to on here. Go into 1/4 of an inch. Okay, if I drag it with the cursor and don't roll it, then I haven't changed the 1/4 inch scale, and I'm good on that. So I'm going to lock it. I'm going to go back over to model, and I'm going to move my titles over. So I've got the foundation plan there, and I'm going to copy this and put it over here, and I'm going to call this floor plan, or first floor plan. Make sure it's all in capitals. And I'm going to I need to take basement floor plan off. So just delete. Okay. Same here. Delete. Okay. Now let's go see what we look like. There we go. So now you're good. You're set up. You can go back to paper at this point, and that way you don't lose anything. If you need to change any of this information, you do need to change this information, because we need to change this to 2. So what you need to do is check on that and hit explode, double click that, and then just hit 2. So I've only got 2 pages on this so far, and I'm just going to leave it at this for right now. But you need to make sure that this number, the of, corresponds with how many you got on there. So this is just my attempt to try to get you guys to understand how this works. Now, definitely go and save. Every so often you need to go and save so you don't lose your information. And when it gets done, this is the way that you're going to submit your work. So go over to the elevation and then do Control P for print. Make sure that this is monochrome, and make sure that this is AutoCAD high quality print. This is on layout, and then hit OK. It's going to ask you to save it. So find a place to save it. Where is my, there we go. I'm going to save it there, save. Let's see if it opens up. Yes, it does. Okay, so now this is the way you're going to send me your work. You're going to send it to me in PDF file. You're going to upload it into Moodle PDF style. Okay, so this is what I want to see. So you'll go back over here to the plan, and then you'll do the same thing. You can hit Control P for print, or you can go down through here and hit print plot, which is the same thing. All right, make sure that you're on high quality, and you can save that. You can add it, setup 1. That way when you go back to this, you can always just pull up this setup 1, and you're ready to go, and you don't have to. You'll notice that it says Avery Garage Plan now, so just save that as well. And then here you got your garage. Okay, so work on what you have. Let's go over here and look at what we got going. So in this, when I get through doing this video, you're going to see a video here, so obviously, but here's your plans. I need to see a footing foundation plan. That will probably be on 1 page. I need to see a floor, the first floor, and that'll be on 1 page. Elevations, if you can get several on a page, fine. If you can't, send me individual pages. And then the wall section, I need to see a wall section, and the roof framing plan. Now, I haven't spoken about the roof framing plan a whole lot, But what I need for you to do is go back and refer to the Jody Johnson plan on the roof framing. And if you have any specific questions, then I may Zoom with you and at some point, and just we'll make an appointment to Zoom each other, and I'll try to explain how that's done. Okay, if you have any questions, guys, you know how to get a hold of me. 828-446-7474. Thanks, guys.